Now at 6, the Missouri Public Service Commission invites Liberty customers out to a town hall addressing concerns about the utility provider. Plus, a former Missouri congressman who wanted to eliminate the IRS now gets to run it. And an American Legion post in Joplin prepares a flag retirement ceremony to mark Flag Day.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Consumers are getting the chance to make their voices heard when it comes to issues with Liberty Utilities. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Anthony Saviello is outside the MSSU Justice Center auditorium with more on a public meeting tonight.
Yeah, this meeting put on by the Missouri Public Service Commission is just getting underway. Now, back in February, the commission launched an investigation into Liberty Utilities regarding their customer service and billing practices. This meeting is the last meeting in a string of 4 that have happened over the last 3 days throughout Southwest Missouri. The first 3 in Aurora, Branson, and Ozark all reported hundreds of people showing up and packing each facility. The expectation is that here in Joplin at the Justice Center Auditorium should be no different. Joplin, of course, is the last stop on that 3-day tour. Representatives from the Commission, the Missouri Office of the Public Counsel, and Liberty Utilities are all here. This meeting is an opportunity for consumers and residents to make their voices heard and speak on issues that they have had to deal with when it comes to Liberty. We will have more information about what exactly happened during this meeting, what issues were brought up, and what plans are going forward into the future by Liberty and by the Commission. For right now, I'm Anthony Saviello, KOAM News, Joplin.
Anthony, thanks. We're going to look forward to hearing more about that meeting tonight at 10. Right now, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for our first look at the weather.
And of course, we've had showers, even a few thunderstorms kind of rotating through over the past couple days. And we're going to continue to see this tonight. And then once again, as we go through tomorrow morning, and then starting to taper off late in the daytime hours on your Friday. Looking outside, you can see the bands of light showers continuing to push from south to north, even back toward the north and to the west. This is rotating counterclockwise around of an area of low pressure, but most of these are fairly light. We're getting some pretty good little downpours, but nothing too strong or severe, and we're not going to see that as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. All right, through time, here's about midnight. Hit and miss scattered showers continue to kind of rotate in. Again, nothing too strong or severe, and these will stick around on Friday and then start to push out. We're going to look at all that here in just a bit.
Yeah, it's in a few. Former U.S. Representative Billy Long of Southwest Missouri will lead the Internal Revenue Service. The U.S. Senate today confirmed Long on a 53-44 vote, despite Democrats' concerns about the Republicans' past work for a firm that pitched a fraud-ridden pandemic-era tax break. While in Congress, where he served from 2011 to 2023, Long sponsored legislation to get rid of the IRS. Long has no background in tax administration. Before his election to Congress, Long was an auctioneer. A lot of 4-staters will display the stars and stripes for Flag Day on Saturday, but those flags can become faded and tattered with time. KOAM's Ty Parks talks with a local military veteran about the proper way to retire Old Glory with respect.
The United States flag flies high above the city. Retired Air Force Master Sergeant Dennis Burr tells us what it means to him.
But it's such an honor to serve that flag, because to me, you stop and think about the blood and the sweat and the opportunity that these men and women gave us, dying for our country to protect that flag and to give us the freedom that we have and deserve today.
But what do we do when our flag becomes worn with age?
Every June 14th is Flag Day since 1917, and it's always a chance for us to look at our flags we have at home or on our businesses and make sure they're in the best condition for flying and the best representation of the country. A flag that's tattered or worn or faded should be disposed of, and we dispose of them in a proper way, mostly through burning. And there's a ceremony that goes along with that. There's a proper way to fold the flag, burn the flag, say some words, And the respectful part of it is take the ash and actually bury the ash into the ground.
I tell you what, one of the most moving things that I've ever done in my life is to attend the funeral of a veteran that has been killed in the military during the wartime. You see that flag draped coffin, and they bring it back, they fold it, they give it to the family. But it's an opportunity for me to reflect on what that flag means and what we as veterans gave up so that you, myself, and all Americans can have the freedom to do what we do today. And
13 stripes, 50 stars, one symbol of the Union. Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Now, if you have an old tattered flag in need of a proper retirement, you should know the next Great American Flag Swapper is coming up July 2nd at Arvest Bank in Joplin. That'll be from noon until 1:30 p.m. The event, hosted by KOAM, gives people the opportunity to exchange their old American flags for brand new ones, free of charge. Head over to KOAMnewsnow.com for more information. Cox Health announced a plan to expand access to pediatric care in Southwest Missouri by partnering with St. Louis Children's Hospital. The two will work together to bring more advanced care to children in Springfield and the surrounding region. The partnership hopes this will reduce the need for families to travel long distances for specialty care. A new pediatric hospital will be created to offer specialty care clinics, imaging, lab services, and more. The healthcare providers say they hope this will enhance local access to more highly specialized medical and surgical care.
A third of our patients, our kids, today have to travel outside of this area to receive care. We know there's almost another 20% of kids that don't travel because they can't afford to. So we know that that mass of that population now will have their home of care right here in the Ozarks.
Construction for this new outpatient center is underway at the Cox South Hospital. It's expected to be finished and open by 2027. A free nursing summer day camp took place today at Pittsburgh State University. Kids ages 7 through 11 participated in several different stations where they learned about CPR, anatomy, simulation patient care, and more. Pitt State is holding day camps on a variety of topics throughout the summer. You can learn more about what all is offered at KOAMnewsnow.com. It was an opportunity for the kids to learn about the different fields of nursing and gain a few extra skills. The Nevada Griffins and Clarinda A's hit the diamond for some Mink League baseball. John Dales has a preview coming up later in sports. But up first, a father in Fulton, Kansas turns to the community for help in the fight of his life. A young father from Fulton, Kansas is in the fight of his life tonight. 41-year-old Joe Erie, a husband and dad of 2, is battling a rare and aggressive form of testicular cancer. As KOAM's Lonnie Walton reports, the family is reaching out for support this Father's Day weekend.
My New Year's resolution is to beat cancer.
This is Joe Ernie. We met at North Park Mall in Joplin in December. I asked him what his New Year's resolution was.
Keep getting better, but it keeps coming back.
And he's right about that. Between the last time we met and now, things are a lot different, according to his wife, Miranda.
He became completely paralyzed from the belly button down.
And it doesn't stop there. Joe and his family are praying for a recovery, but it seems life may have different plans.
Cancer has spread throughout his bones, brain, and all organs.
And it gets even worse than that.
Next step, our oncologist has told us that there's no other treatment that can be done with Joe, and that he just needs to enjoy the rest of his life with his family.
And their son, who we didn't interview on camera, is also facing a costly blood disease. However, the family still has several happy moments.
Doug Hetty, day in and day out. Yes.
He's a household name around here.
He could go tonight and he'd be happy, because he knows where he's going. So.
And there are ways to help, like this Saturday.
Downtown Fort Scott at the Farmers Market. This is going to be June 14th from 8 a.m. to noon. From 8 to 10, we're going to be serving homemade biscuit and gravy.
And his family says they will continue to fight to the end. Reporting in Fulton, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOA.
There's also a GoFundMe page to help the family. You can find a link to it on our website, koamnewsnow.com. A little bit later, 11 standout athletes from the Show Me State receive high honors. John Dales has details on the softball players making All-State.
And it looks like a little bit more rain rolling through tonight. We're going to look at that coming up. We had more showers, even some thunderstorms outside for us today. Thankfully, nothing too strong or severe. We're not going to see that as we go through the next couple days. Upper level low kind of rotating through, lifting off toward the north and to the east. That's why you see the rain kind of pulling back toward the northwest as it rotates counterclockwise around that area of low pressure. But what it is doing for us is giving us periods of rain across the region. Zooming in, you can see these light showers. There are a few embedded moderate to heavy showers and a few rumbles of thunder, but nothing strong, nothing severe, and we're not going to see that as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Light showers from about Grand Lake into McDonald County, really just sprinkles here in the lighter green. A little bit of a thunderstorm near Liberal, just to the east of Pittsburgh, and then some moderate showers, Erie, and then also points just toward the north. Rain chances kind of go up for us tonight into tomorrow, and then we'll start to trail off again late in the day on Friday, and then lasting into the weekend. Let me take you through time. Hit and miss, light to moderate showers, few rumbles of thunder for us tonight. Let's go into the morning hours. You can see how these thunderstorms are kind of rotating back toward the west. Here's 5:30 in the morning, so a wet start and then just spotty showers through the morning hours. Here's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's go into the afternoon. By then, majority of it just on the Missouri and also the Arkansas side, and then all this starting to rotate out of here, and we look pretty good as we go into Saturday morning. Temperatures start into the upper 60s. Heats up Saturday. Most of us mid to upper 80s. Should stay dry, but Saturday night into Sunday, we're going to get some thunderstorms. Oklahoma back through southeastern Kansas. Still a lot of question marks on this, so we'll keep our eyes on it. But something we want to watch is those could be a little bit stronger by the time we head into Sunday morning. All right, additional rainfall tonight. Tomorrow, I think overall, half an inch, maybe upwards to an inch in spots, but Kansas, Oklahoma, fairly spotty. Outside right now, it looks okay. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Tower cam temperatures a little bit cooler for us today due to the clouds and the rain sitting into the mid 70s. Through the evening hours, we slide back into the upper 60s. All right, so this rain is caused by an upper level wave. Here's the jet stream well to the north, so we are getting into that time of the year. We can't get strong upper level systems, meaning not much in the way of severe weather. This rotates east. Here's an area of high pressure. We have waves kind of rotating around it for the weekend. Another little system whips out next Tuesday into Wednesday, and then a big dome of high pressure really forms on top of us, meaning mainly hot and dry as we wrap up the month of June. So we'll want to keep our eyes on that. We're already into mid-June. 78 on your Friday, 87 Saturday, 85 on Sunday. Look at the 90s working in as we head into next week in an overall drying period. We could get some pretty heavy rain next Tuesday night into Wednesday, but overall starting to dry out.
Summer is coming, like it or not.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, NEO men's basketball announces a change to its coaching staff, and the Nevada Griffins return home to face the Clarinda A's. John Dales has those stories and more up next in sports.
Yesterday, we told you about the 18 local athletes who receive All-State honors from the Kansas Softball Coaches Association. And across the border in Missouri, 11 more of our players from local schools get named to All-State teams. Here's a look at the Class 1 All-State team for spring 2025. It includes 3 Liberal Bulldogs, one of them being Jordan Goodell on the first team as a pitcher. She's committed to play softball at Crowder next year. 2 teammates from Jasper High School, seniors Emerson Bass and Addie Atnip, each get named to the first team as well. And then back to Liberal. Sadie Meadows and Ava Garrett are each second team honorees. Both of them just completed their sophomore years. Switching gears to Class 2, all of the listed players are on the first team All-State. The state runner-up, Diamond Wildcats, have a couple of players make it. One of them is Taylon Reeder as a pitcher, and she'll be back for her junior year next season. Her teammate Lauren Turner makes it as an infielder. She'll be playing for Pittsburgh State next year. Mount Vernon has 4 players make it on the first team All-State. Rising junior Emily Schubert as a pitcher, and then 3 seniors from the class of 2025, catcher Ray Downing, infielder Molly Daniels, and outfielder Cheyenne Bieber. Some local college hoops news this week as well. NEO announces that Blake Mills has been elevated from interim head coach of the men's team to full-time head coach as they prepare for the 2025-26 season. Mills was announced as the program's interim leader after former head coach Jeremy Jackson left to take the same position at State Fair Community College this April. Mills was an assistant under Jackson for the past 2 seasons. In summer collegiate baseball, the Joplin Outlaws at their game against the Fort Smith Marshals rained out tonight, but in the Mink League, the Griffins will play on. Nevada is home this evening. They're set to take on the Clarinda A's, and these two have seen each other a good amount early in the season. 10 days ago, the Griffins beat them 10-7 at home, and just last night, they won 8-4. That game taking place on the road in Clarinda. Both the A's and the Griffins are right around the middle of the pack in the Mink League right now, 3rd and 4th place respectively. We'll bring you the highlights from this one later tonight at 9 and 10. And moving over to Major League Baseball, the Royals and Cardinals, each of them have fallen into a bit of a rut. The two of them have combined to lose 8 out of their last 10 games, and they hope for a change of pace tonight. Fresh off getting swept at home by the Blue Jays, the Cardinals are in Milwaukee taking on the Brewers. Milwaukee's starting pitcher tonight is Jacob Mizorowski. Been mentioning it all week. He's a former Crowder Rough Rider and was pitching for them in 2022. Tonight is his MLB debut. First pitch about 15 minutes away. Over in Kansas City, the Royals are hoping to avoid a series sweep against the Yankees. New York won the first game 10-2 on Tuesday, then 6-3 last night. The recent slide has brought the Royals' record down to 500 on the year. They're 34-34 entering tonight. This one gets started at 6:40 as well. Seth Lugo is the expected starting pitcher for Kansas City. That's it for sports. We're back right after.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Summer heat is rising. Learn expert tips to stay safe and active in the sun this season. Plus, bright swimsuits can save lives. Learn why color matters for safety in the water. And Pittsburgh's local heroes are casting smiles and reels at Lakeside Park. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're getting more rain, some of us right now.
We are. Scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms tonight and tomorrow. Good news here, not super heavy and also nothing strong or severe. Drying out Saturday and then some pop-up storms again on Sunday.
Final sports note.
The Griffins hope to continue their hot start to the season up in Nevada. We're going to have highlights from that game later tonight.
Looking forward to that. Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.